So this is a thing now, this shared universe. Well, I'm the Kaiju no Kami, and this is a quickie review of Kong Skull Island. So Kong Skull Island is the latest movie based around the character of King Kong, and it has a bit of significance because it takes place in the same universe as the Godzilla film Warner Brothers did in 2014, and that is pretty awesome. I know some people are getting sick of shared universes, but I love it. Hell, Universal and Toho did shared universes before it was cool. Just because they're doing it now does not mean they're ripping off Marvel. It enriches the storytelling when you're doing a shared universe film series. So I'm all for it. So the story is basically monarchs on their last legs. They found this island. They go to this island because they need to prove that monsters exist in order to keep on going. They get a bunch of characters and some military men, and they go to the island and run into all these different creatures. Honestly, this movie should have been called Red Shirts the Movie. Most of these characters are pretty superfluous. They are pointless. They serve no purpose other than to die. And the plot is very paper thin. In fact, this movie suffers the exact opposite problem of Godzilla 2014. People complain that the 2014 movie featured too much character moments and not enough monster action. This movie features way too much monster action and not really enough character moments. Now, if you are in this for non-stop monster action, you will not be disappointed. Every single scene with King Kong is amazing. He looks very reminiscent to the original 1933 design, which is badass. There's a lot of really great looking creatures in this. The water buffalo are absolutely fantastic. The skull crawlers are pretty cool too. And Skull Island itself is gorgeous. The camera work and cinematography are phenomenal. Like, the first encounter with Kong is against, I wanted to say a sunset, but I'm pretty sure it's a sunrise. But either way, it is so beautiful looking. Everything about this film is gorgeous. Whoever was in charge of photography and the cameras did a phenomenal job there. The visuals are amazing most of the time. There were a couple CGI shots where I was like, really? Like, Hiddleston's character kills a monster point blank and blue blood splatters everywhere except on him. He doesn't get a single drop of blood on him, and it just, I don't know, the effect just looked way too fake. He should have been somehow covered in that blood a little bit. John C. Reilly is by far the highlight of the film. When his character is introduced is where the film really takes off. Until he showed up, I really was not blown away with the movie, and part of it has to do because the first half hour is so horribly edited together. Oh, the first half hour is terrible. It's like, it's supposed to set everything up, but it is so rushed, and the transitions are poorly done. You have just characters showing up saying, oh, we want to recruit you. Oh, you're going to help that character. There's no time to actually digest and understand what's going on. It's just happening one scene after another because it needs to, and I really felt this could have been fleshed out better. If you found like the opening act to Rogue One a bit disjointed, this is even worse than that. It was awful to the point that it kind of threw the rest of the movie off for me, and I think that's why there's some big negative reviews on this film out there, is because the first half hour is so bad, it kind of ruins your enjoyment of the rest of the movie. Fortunately, when they do get to the island, nearly everything from that point forward is great outside of the characters and plot. But you know what? It is really great to see something done differently with the Kong character. Obviously, a couple times we've just had them remake Kong or tape together some really terrible half-assed sequel. Yeah. Ugh. I'm getting memories of King Kong Lives again. Back, funny story, my theater, the Alamo Draft House, they were showing a live stream Q&A with the cast, with Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, and Samuel Jackson after the movie. Which also meant we didn't get the post-credit scene, which kind of sucked. But anyway, someone asked Jackson a question about being in a King Kong film. He says something like, yeah, I'm sure if you've seen the other King Kong films, you know that I wanted to be in a good Kong film. It was pretty hilarious. Speaking of Jackson, his character was great too. There's a lot going on with him that I wish they had actually explored more into. I feel like that there was something missing, that you got a sense of what his problem was, but they didn't actually do anything with it. Now, I'm not saying they had to go and do some type of pointless exposition scene, but something more to really sell us on why he's acting the way he does would have been helpful, because there was a lot more to it than just his men dying. Lastly, the other negative I do have is the soundtrack in the movie is good, but not great. I'm surprised because Henry Jackman has done a lot of excellent film scores in the past. I can't think of a single tune that was played outside of the licensed rock music. This is a movie I have to see a second time. I feel like I missed so much the first time around, especially with the first half hour being as bad as it was. I'm not sure if really giving this movie a score right now would be fair, because I would probably be teetering more around a 7 than an 8. So I'm going to hold off on the exact score until after I see the second time. But you know what? This is hands down the best Kong film since King Kong Escapes. Let me know in the comments what you think of the movie when you see it. Until next time, bye.